If you're over 40 and you're wondering how you can build muscle, you're in the right place. I'm going to break down the secret formula to building muscle after 40 with kettlebells. I'm going to show you the exact protocol that I use. Whether you're looking to strip off fat, improve your technique, or fuel your progress, I got you covered with this video. And if you're over 40 and you want to become strong, fit, and lean without going to the gym twice as fast, download my free ebook in the first link in the description. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe hier. The first step is leaning down and stripping off that fat. There's a saying that goes a little something like this. Your body is like a sponge after an intense diet. So if you've spent enough time in a caloric deficit and you've stripped off those fat layers, your body is ready to respond. The best way to do this is through a combination of strength training and proper nutrition habits. Incorporate kettlebell swings, goblet squats, snatches, and you'll find these powerful exercises on this YouTube channel. And we have a lot of workouts to elevate your heart rate and burn some calories. Aim to cut down the processed sugars and highly palatable foods and focus on lean protein sources like chicken, fish, or plant-based options like beans and lentils. Once you've dropped the fat, it's time to focus on your technique, especially for double kettlebells. So make sure you spend enough time with single kettlebells before you tackle this specific portion of this video. The goal is to learn to use both kettlebells effectively to build muscle and power. This will allow you to incorporate more advanced exercises safely and efficiently, and especially double kettlebells. They require solid technique, they require a base level of fitness and structural integrity, which you have to build first. Now here are my favorites that I currently use in my regular workout schedule. When I switch them up, I always use the same but different approach, but I focus on these similar movement mechanics because I've seen that they deliver massive benefits. First of all, you want to make sure that you keep your focus on that 30-minute framework. This is where the magic happens. Then we have a couple of exercises that I'm going to show you that you do for 10 reps each. The double jerk, a powerful beast, making sure that the kettlebell lands overhead and you jump into a second dip to reduce the distance, which means you can move heavier weights. The double half snatch, snatching both kettlebells overhead, dropping them into the rack position and repeating the exercise, a beast of an exercise where every single muscle fiber in your body is active. The double thrust jerk. This is a combination of the thruster and the jerk. The thruster is the squat and a press, but instead of doing a press, you then engage into a jerk. And finally, the double reverse lunge. And that's the only exercise where we use a unilateral approach where one leg is working after the other, and you do 5 reps per side to get 10 reps total. Now you want to do 4 rounds of these exercises, making sure you're controlling the weight and maintaining good form throughout each set. And when I talk about controlling the weight, you can drop the kettlebells down into the rack a little bit faster, but it still has to be controlled. And here's where we build explosiveness, speed, strength, and when bells end up overhead, for as much and as long as possible, we are building muscle. Because the laws to muscle building are twofold. First, we have to make sure that the body breaks down the protein. That's so-called protein degradation. And more protein breakdown happens when we use heavier weights. And we want to spend as much time on the tension because this is key factor number 2, mechanical tension. The muscle has to put in the work. To finish this powerful workout off, we hit a killer finisher consisting out of 40 push-ups. I would recommend to do 4 sets of 10, and then 30 burpee. And with the burpee, we do the 1 pump burpee, the military version where we don't jump around. Do this workout 3 times per week and your muscles will start to grow like never before. And when I say 3 times per week, always think about the long-term goal. Actually, it's not that important how many times you train per week. When you just get started, it is important to focus on how many times you want to work out per year. So always keep that macro cycle in mind. Sustainability is the key, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more later in the video. Building muscle isn't just about strength. It's also about having the endurance to handle heavier loads and push through intense workouts. That's why I have a GPP workout right here for you, because we have to build the engine. When you work with double kettlebells and you want to focus your eyes on that 30-minute framework, you have to have the capacity to handle that load and to recuperate and regenerate as fast as possible. So here's that killer circuit: 15 snatch per side, then 10 burpee, and then 300 meter with the water rower, or 500 to 800 meter with a stationary bike. You repeat this for 4 rounds. And this is a tough one, but it's going to build your engine and improve your overall endurance for those heavier workloads. If you don't have a water rower or a stationary bike, you can just be satisfied with the 15 snatch and the 30 burpees, but then instead of 4 rounds, I'd recommend 6 or maybe 8 rounds. Now, here's the secret that most people skip. Track your tonnage, or in other words, track your overall volume of the weight that you've actually moved. Write down everything you do in your workout. This will allow you to make progress, adjust your load, and ensure you're always progressing. If we don't write down what we're doing, then we are essentially flying blind. Muscle growth doesn't happen without proper nutrition. Always keep this in mind, that if you're not eating enough protein, nothing is going to happen and you won't build muscle. Think about that key factor that I shared in the beginning. Protein degradation and protein breakdown happens. It's a negative, but we want this to happen. The heavier the weight is that we move. Now, if we don't adequately fuel the body afterwards, the body cannot use any type of resources to build that protein back up. I personally use whey protein to meet my daily needs, along with whole foods like meat, plenty of veggies, beans, salad, everything that comes from the land. I aim for 3 solid meals per day, and I skip the snacks in between. No crap, no processed BS, nothing comes in between. Also, I make sure to supplement with things like creatine and caffeine before my workout to stay focused and enhance performance. But at the end of the day, you don't have to overcomplicate it. Supplements only make sense if your base diet is already complete. Just make sure you're eating clean, you're eating enough protein, and you're fueling your body properly, and you give it enough rest. And never forget how important it is to get a good night of sleep. Finally, the key to building muscle is consistency. So if you follow this plan and you adjust minor details, remember what I said in the beginning, I'm using a same but different approach with my workout schedule. And as you go along, you have to rinse and repeat and do it on a daily basis forever. This thing is a marathon. This thing is maintenance work. Don't think that you get started for 3 months and then you stop altogether for 1.5 years and then you'll see massive benefits and massive progress. The reason why it doesn't work for many people is not because the kettlebell is not good for you, but because people have an issue with consistency, especially in today's day and age where it seems like everything comes to you easily, fast, and without effort. When it comes to fitness, changing your body, staying on a good road, eating solid, making sure you have those eating habits down pat, training hard to get those changes, you have to put in the work. As you progress, you'll find yourself lifting heavier weights. You'll find yourself recover faster. You'll find yourself moving better. And at the end of the day, you'll see more muscle definition. If you follow these steps, I know for a fact that you will see results. Remember, building muscle over 40 isn't a quick fix. It's about consistency, patience, and smart training. I gave you all the tools that you need. Now it's on you to put in the reps. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells. And if you made it this far, download my free ebook in the first link in the description called the Kettlebell Code. If you're over 40, 50, or 60, you don't have a lot of time, but you still want to take care of your fitness, this is where the kettlebell comes in. And I have a shortcut for you for your success. So what are you waiting for? You can download it right now, 100% free, in the first link in the description or in the pinned comment.